it's Margaret Bowie, interview coach, and today I wanted to give you some tips on how to tailor your resume to specific positions to actually increase your chances of getting an interview. So, as a recruiter and interview coach, I see a lot of job seekers who keep sending the same resume for various jobs they're not entirely qualified for, and then they surprised why they're not getting interviews or why they're not getting enough interviews. But if your resume is cluttered with information that's irrelevant to the position you're applying for, it won't get a lot of attention. So tailoring your resume to every single position is a bit of work. I won't lie about that, but it's really worth the work when you get noticed by the right employer. So let me give you some tips on how to tailor your resume. Tip number one, understand what the company is looking for. When you keep applying for a lot of jobs on a daily basis, it's easy to assume that the positions you're applying for are similar enough, so you can just send your application without really looking into what a particular position entails. But it's a major mistake. What one company defines as, say, account manager might be entirely different for what this job title means in another organization. So no matter how certain you are that you know what the company is looking for, you really have to read the job description quite closely. I know it seems obvious, but a lot of job seekers clearly don't. Last time I was looking for a German-speaking marketer, it was actually one of the first requirements on the job description, even in bold. And guess what? Less than 20% of people who applied actually spoke German. Tip number two, fine-tune your keywords. So a lot of companies use applicant tracking systems, which mine data from your CV, from your resume, by looking for specific keywords or phrases. So you will have to make some small modifications to your resume to ensure that the system identifies your application for further inspection. So highlight the keywords in a job description that interest you, and look at the responsibilities as well. Like if you look at the job description and you like say to yourself, yeah, I've done these things, you want to make sure that these skills are actually on your resume and that you use the similar language as well. And also make sure that you tweak your resume to contain the keywords from the job description, especially if it's an industry jargon. So that, keywords might be specific computer programs, might be keywords like accounts payable or social media strategies. At the same time, bear in mind that if your profile just contains a load of buzzwords, that's a useless and waste of space on your resume. It has to have a meaning. It has to make sense. Also, I would avoid cliches like I'm a team player with great communication skills. That adds absolutely nothing to your resume. And also, you might want to tailor your summary to match the job description. As a recruiter, I like seeing either a summary or skill section or even both. That really, that's kind of like the first thing that we look at. So what do you put in on the summary section? I would actually give them a summary of what you've achieved that's relevant to the job description. Really bring the recruiter's attention to the fact that you have the skills and that you have the experience that they are looking for. So, and if you're applying for, say, a technical position, you would list your technical skills like, software and databases and programming languages, etc. That should appear in the same section. And a final one, highlight your relevant accomplishments. I can't tell you how many resumes I see that are very duty-oriented. So the person will have a long list of responsibilities, but absolutely nothing about how they've made an impact. Sometimes I look at a resume and, the person has worked for many years, but I have absolutely no idea how good they are at the job. So before you send out your application, think, how am I going to make myself stand out from 10, 20, 100 of other applications? So it's very important that you list specific accomplishments that are relevant to the position you are applying for. So if you've saved time, if you've saved money, try to quantify that. You only have a few minutes to impress the employer, so make sure that you do it. For example, if a recruiter is looking for someone with effective leadership interpersonal skills, it's not enough to say that you have effective leadership skills. You want to give evidence with specific examples. So, for example, you directed a sales team to achieve 20% profit, or you coach staff to improve employee retention by 30%. And you also want to make sure that the achievements are relevant to the position that you're applying for. So, tailoring your resume, it's really one of the best ways to show the employer that you not only have the experience that they need, but that you are the right person for the position. Also, hiring managers are often impressed when the candidate spends time tailoring the resume to a specific position. So I very much hope that you found this video useful. If you have, please feel free to leave me a comment or please feel free to share the video with your networks. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.